Most impressive mega projects in Tanzania. Hello Displorers, welcome to another informative video presented to you by Displorer and thanks for watching. Construction in Africa has been growing exponentially over the past decades thanks to the ongoing infrastructural growth going on. At Displorer, it is always a pleasure exploring the continent to bring you the best the continent has to offer. And in this video, we shall be traveling to the East African country, Tanzania, to bring you the most impressive mega project in the country. Infrastructure contributed 1.3% points to Tanzania's annual per capita GDP growth during the 2000s. If the country's infrastructure endowment is improved to the level of the African leader, Mauritius, annual per capita growth rate could increase by 3.4%. Improving the infrastructure in the country is a key priority for the government of Tanzania, and guiding strategies towards growth can be found in Tanzania's Vision 2025 National Plan. In order to ensure the accomplishment of this vision board, several projects have been launched by the government of Tanzania, which covers several sectors of the economy. Hence, fill a gap which is much needed for the country to attain its goals. Amongst these projects, we are in this video going to look at the most impressive of them, which aim at nurturing industrialization for economic transformation and human development. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Number 6. Msalato International Airport in Dodoma. Msalato International Airport is a proposed international airport project intended to serve the Tanzanian capital of Dodoma. The present airport serving the capital is located within the municipality and cannot accommodate larger aircraft. Therefore, the government intends to construct a new international airport at Msalato Ward. The project is part of the program to expand the East African nation's infrastructure and will be built in Msalato, 12 kilometers from Dodoma, include a passenger terminal, runway, and related infrastructure. The new airport project, which will take approximately 4 years for construction, will have a capacity to handle 1 million passengers annually and will have a runway of just over 2 kilometers in length. The funding package comprises a $198.6 million loan from the African Development Bank, $23.52 million from the African Development Fund, and $50 million in co-financing from China's Africa Growing Together Fund, which the African Development Bank manages. Number 5. Isaka-Kigali Standard Gauge Railway. The Isaka-Kigali Standard Gauge Railway is a planned railway line linking the town of Isaka in Tanzania to the city of Kigali in Rwanda. This 1,435mm railway line is intended to ease the transfer of goods between the port of Dar es Salaam and the city of Kigali, and subsequently to Bujumbura in Burundi and to Goma in the DRC. Goods would either travel to Isaka from Dar es Salaam on the existing narrow gauge railway line or on the Dar es Salaam-Mwanza standard gauge railway when completed. After offloading at the existing internal container depot at Isaka, the goods would be loaded on the standard gauge railway line for transport to Kigali. The line is part of wider East African Railway Master Plan. The construction is expected to be financed jointly by the governments of Tanzania and Rwanda. The Isaka-Rusumo section, measuring approximately 371 kilometers of relatively flat terrain in Tanzania, will cost a total of $942 million. The more mountainous Rusumo-Kigali section in Rwanda, measuring approximately 150 kilometers, will cost a total of $847 million. In March 2018, the East African reported that both countries had agreed to change the railway design to accommodate electric locomotives, which are faster than the original diesel-powered equipment. In April 2018, the same newspaper further reported that the World Bank had expressed its willingness to fund this project. The Dar es Salaam to Morogoro section is under construction. In September 2017, A firm from Turkey was awarded a second contract worth $1.92 billion to construct the line between Morogoro and Makutopora. The government of Tanzania has advertised for designing and building services for the Makutopora-Tabora-Isaka Mwanza sections of the railway line. In July 2018, the Trade and Development Bank pledged to lend $200 million towards the establishment of the Central Tanzania Standard Gauge Railway line. Number 4. Tanzania Standard Gauge Railway Project. Tanzania will become the third country in East Africa to start enjoying modern railway services after Kenya and Ethiopia. Kenya was the first country in the region to start the construction of an SGR line, completing over 500 kilometers between Mombasa and Nairobi, and also inaugurating its passenger services in June 2017. The Tanzania Standard Gauge Railway is a railway system under construction, linking the country to the neighboring countries of Rwanda and Uganda, and through these two to Burundi and the DRC, as part of the East African Railway Master Plan. The new Standard Gauge Railway, SGR, is intended to replace the old inefficient meter gauge railway system. This railway line is intended to ease the transfer of goods between the port of Dar es Salaam and the cities of Kigali in Rwanda, and subsequently to Bujumbura in Burundi and to Goma in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The SGR is expected to accommodate passenger trains traveling at 160 km per hour and cargo trains traveling at 120 km per hour. Up until February 2020, the government of Tanzania has been using locally generated funds and short-term temporary loans to fund the construction of the first two phases of this standard gauge railway project. In February 2020, the government received a syndicated loan worth $1.46 billion towards the completion of the first two phases of the national SGR. The financing package has Standard Chartered as lead arranger and the export credit agencies of Denmark and Sweden as major funding sources. The combined contract value for the first two phases is $2.35 billion, with $950 million worth of funding to be organized by the Tanzania Ministry of Finance and the remaining $1.45 billion by Yapi Merkezi. The whole project, which covers a distance of about 2,707 kilometers with 3 branches, is expected to improve transportation of cargo and passengers in the Central Corridor, as well as reduce the time on freight for cargo destined to neighboring countries like Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, and DRC. Number 3. Expansion of the Dar es Salaam port. The port of Dar es Salaam is the principal port serving Tanzania and is one of the 3 ocean ports in the country that handles over 90% of the country's cargo traffic. According to the International Association of Ports and Harbors, it is the 4th largest port on the African continent's Indian Ocean coastline after Durban, Mombasa, and Maputo. The port acts as a gateway for commerce and trade for Tanzania and numerous bordering landlocked states. Given the massive responsibility shouldered by the port, its capacity has been shrinking in recent decades, which is why the port is currently being expanded at the cost of $421 million. With this expansion, the number of vehicles handled by the port will rise by 268% upon completion. In July 2020, a foundation stone was laid for the construction of an inland port in Tanzania at the cost of $20 million. The construction will include building a 150-meter berth, which is all set for completion in 24 months. The expansion project, which was expected to be completed by 2020, will allow the port to receive larger vessels, able to carry up to 19,000 containers, and enable the Tanzania Port Authority to increase the container through output to 28 million tons a year, from around 20 million containers currently. The port will be able to handle ships with more than 304 meters from the current 204 meters. As of July 2020, 80% of the construction had been completed and completion had been moved forward. Number 2. Bagamoyo Port. The Bagamoyo Port, which is planned to be one of the largest government infrastructure projects in the country, constructed in Bagamoyo, Tanzania, started work in 2018. The Bagamoyo Port and its affiliate industrial zone is meant to address congestion at the old port and support Tanzania to become East Africa's leading shipping and logistics center. The project is a tri-government venture between Tanzania, China, and Oman, and will handle 25 times the amount of cargo of Dar es Salaam port, helping to reduce the congestion at the port. The project also involves the construction of a special economic zone adjacent to the port. Also to be constructed around Bagamoyo area are over 190 industries, including the manure processing industry that will be put up by the government of Oman. When fully developed, the Bagamoyo Special Economic Zone will attract about 700 industries to become a strategic investment zone in East Africa. The ambitious Bagamoyo Port will be developed throughout a 1,700-hectare special economic zone adjacent to the port. At the cost of $11 billion, this mega infrastructure project is designed to become Africa's largest port. The port should be able to handle 20 million containers annually once it's fully completed by 2045 and will position Tanzania into a regional economic powerhouse. Number 1. New Chinga Liquefied Natural Gas Plant. The Tanzania Liquefied Natural Gas Project, TLNGP, also Chinga Liquefied Natural Gas Project, LMLNGP, is a plant liquefied natural gas processing plant in Tanzania. The plant would be located on approximately 2,071,705 hectares in Likongo village in the town of Lindi on the Indian Ocean coast, approximately 460 kilometers by road south of Dar es Salaam. This is about 103 kilometers by road northwest of Mtwara, the nearest large town. Tanzania has proven natural gas reserves of 57 trillion cubic feet, with at least 49.5 trillion cubic feet of those reserves far offshore in the Indian Ocean. This project is going to be undertaken by the government of Tanzania through Tanzania Petroleum Development Corporation, in partnership with the BG Group, a division of Royal Dutch Shell, Equinor, ExxonMobil, and Ophir Energy. In May 2019, the East African newspaper reported that construction was planned to start in 2022 and conclude in 2028, as announced by the Tanzanian Minister of Energy, Medard Kalimani. The LNG project, worth $30 billion, has become the most valuable project in the region, and once completed, will contribute about 7% towards the country's economic growth. There you have it, explorers. Those were the most impressive mega projects in Tanzania. Thanks for watching this video, and if you did enjoy this video, do want to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends.